Okay, so I mentioned on my Instagram that I'd probably be doing this at some point because honestly, like, we've gone through phases of like daily vlogging and stuff, and that was always something that really resonated with me. And I have looked back on times that were like significant in my life, like things about my internship and like things about like whatever. And just knowing that like I had that on film was helpful. And the thing that's kept me from filming formal videos like I used to, after like, so many years of like YouTubing and stuff, is that with like depression and anxiety and stuff, there was always this great need to get ready for the camera. So, full face makeup, hair, everything, blah, blah, blah. When we were vlogging, I never worried about any of that. So, I think that's why I feel more comfortable putting it on this channel. Um, and hopefully just putting myself out there more as my natural based being will be helpful. But today, specifically, what I wanted to talk about is just like social media in general. So, what happened for me, and let me see if I could sit down. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, that works. So, obviously, with this quarantine stuff, social media, we're all on it. It's, we're finding out how unhealthy it is, blah, blah, blah. So, what I did, which is honestly not my personality at all, like, I'm not the type of person to go and, like, do this, but I downloaded one of those Instagram follower apps where, like, you can see who you follow, who isn't following you back. And basically, like, I'm not into that kind of stuff because my feelings get hurt really easily. So it's almost like I don't want to know kind of thing. But recently, I've been feeling like my social media life is so cluttered that I want to clear it out so I feel a little better, like a little more ease, that kind of thing. And like, I feel bad about unfollowing people because like in college, like I was very involved and like I met a lot of people because of that. And some people like I'm genuinely like interested in, but like don't talk to me anymore. And I don't know if that's weird that like I still want to keep up with them and stuff like that. So I guess what was surprising that I noticed was that there were a lot of people in the list of people who had unfollowed me that I was very surprised by. Um, so college I expected, obviously. I'm years out of college now, which is crazy to think about. But that I expected. But I guess specific people are are surprising to me. So like literally people who refer to me as like family at some point in their lives, or even just like as recently as like a few months ago, maybe sharing a picture on another platform, like saying like, "Oh, I missed these times" or whatever, and then not following me on Instagram. So again, this is so silly, so minuscule, so whatever, but being the person that I am with the diagnoses that I have, it kind of brings out certain feelings and confusion and like abandonment and all of that. Dramatic, I know, but that's like what my thing is, and I know that. Um, so I was just really surprised because there are a few people who like I'm still very invested, like, you had a baby, like, wow, like I want to see everything this baby is doing, and like I'm so happy for you, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy for your family. And like they don't follow me back, and we used to talk a lot and now we don't because I have my own issues and I can't talk to people, which will be another video. But I guess I thought that I could still have my own issues and still admire people from a distance, and they would still do the same for me. But I guess that's not the case. And that's really hurting right now. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is kind of to go about like why people would do this. And I want to kind of talk about my own experience with this, because I'm very into social media and protecting yourself and doing what's best for yourself, whatever. So in general, my rule, not even a rule, just the way things play out, is that whenever a friendship ends or something, I'm usually hiding their social media. So like there are different functions like Instagram, Facebook, where you could hide someone's posts. You don't necessarily unfriend them, but you could hide them. So, I just broke up with this person, so I don't want to see them for the next 3 months. So you do that instead of deleting them. So I'm very much about that. And then with certain people who I've had like open altercations with, who I know that like I'm not gonna rekindle with, then I'll eventually unfollow them. And then if the person is specifically triggering for whatever reason, it's not even like anything specific. So if seeing that person's name is triggering, I will block them. Because blocking them is the best way that I could erase them from my life, my mind, everything else. So to backtrack a little bit, there are people who have had my life who are close to me, who I held close to me, who also at the same time were triggering to me. And I mean like people who are close to me, like for real. So that's why I don't want to make this video and then just so happen to have people in that scenario see this and be like, well, you unfollowed me and you're a bitch and whatever else. No. So, I just get easily triggered by certain people. I have really bad FOMO, which is like the fear of missing out. I've had that really bad for a few years. That started when I was in college, when I got in a social group there. And it just started getting really bad. That happened a lot with family, which is something I'm currently dealing with, seeing my family going out and doing things, being invited and then not being given the details, etc. And that same thing with friends, which has been the reason that I've like cut people off for my own sanity kind of thing. So another thing I deal with is extreme jealousy. And I mean, I don't like myself. I'll be straight up about that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm holier than thou, whatever. No, I don't like myself. One of the things I don't like about myself the most is how jealous I am of everyone and everything around me. So basically, I can be on the same playing field as someone. Just as an example, I was in graduate school. I got my social work degree. And then a few months later, my process was delayed because there were some issues, like technicalities, not anything that I did. And I got my license a little later than my colleagues and like friends from school and stuff. That upset me so much, seeing other friends getting their licenses before me, beginning to get their hours so they could get their next license and whatever else. It just puts me in a really bad place mentally. And there have been people that like I've loved to death and I've clicked with so well and have given me some of the best times of my life, but because I'm jealous of what they've accomplished, it's just triggered me too much. Like the comparison stuff has triggered me too much where I can't keep following them. So Like, if those people happen to watch this and happen to realize that, that's why. It's not like I randomly hate you or anything. It's like, no, like, when I say I'm genuinely jealous, I think of every person that walks the earth. I am. Because when you have, like, such a dislike for yourself, it's like anybody else would be better than you. And I see that in literally everyone. I see such amazingness in other people. And that makes me so upset and not want to know about it. Because it's like, great, I'm only going to feel worse about myself. You're losing weight and you're getting all these promotions and whatever. So that's something I struggle with. So I just wanted to film that right now because that literally just happened. Like, I was on the couch and I decided to do that thing on my phone. I was just curious, and I knew that I was going to start doing these videos, but again, a few ideas floating around, but this just happened to come first. I'll be talking about the general situation of what's going on because, like I said, I wanted to be able to document, like, we are in a pandemic right now, and hopefully this is the only time in my life where I'll have to say that, because this isn't something that just happens every year, you know? So, like, I want to document a little bit of that and talk more about my own things that I've wanted to discuss for a while. So, like, why do I message you on Instagram and you can't fucking open them, Kristen? Like, what's wrong with you? So I'd like to go into that and just other stuff. But I guess to leave this right now, just stay safe, stay clean, be kind to one another. You don't ever know what other people are going through. That's what I'm telling myself with this, because it's like, maybe I'm triggering to other people. Maybe my depression triggers other people and they can't handle following me. Like, I'm trying to think of it that way, and then maybe saying it out loud will put it into the universe more. Like, it's okay, like, to be surprised by this. It's okay for them to have feelings and stuff like that. So yeah. I guess I'll see you in the next one.